This is it. I think it's a school or something because, yes, that's it. Oh my gosh, that is it. My name is Monique Riley. I am the CEO and founder of Freedom Youth Family Justice Center, as well as Freedom Youth LLC and the Bronx Human Trafficking and Domestic Violence Task Force. I am a survivor of commercial sexual exploitation of children. It happened to me at the age of 12 years old. I am a mom, a CEO, a wife, a student, and I'm a Bethel grad. I'm an alumni of Bethel University. Around 12 years old, I was a really quiet young lady. I lived in Harlem, New York, and I lived with 4 siblings and my mom, who was a single mom from Jamaica. I was having a tough time in school because I was being bullied. I didn't have the latest gear, or I was just being placed into special ed at the time for a math learning disability. But I met a young lady who was 13 years old, and she became my friend. She was popular, and little did I know that this young lady would be the person that recruits me into the lifestyle of human trafficking. She put me in a taxi with her, and we went to the John's home. The guy opened the door, and she said, "Hi, Daddy," and went straight back to the bathroom. And I'm yelling for my friend to come help me, and she never came out. When I got outside, my friend had asked me for half the money, and I gave it to her, all of it, because I didn't want anything to do with it. And I remember taking the longest walk home. I remember what I called the castle and the black gates, and walking a very long way to getting home that night. There's the black gates. My heart is so racing right now. I feel like almost like faint. And I say that because this is like the place that I feel like this is the place of my death. And I remember walking along these gates in so much pain. I went to the one place that I knew wouldn't turn me away, which was the girl who had got me involved in human trafficking, the 13-year-old. When I entered the home, I quickly realized what was happening there. The mother was the pimp. The mother was the person who, would solicit us. And then at 17, I had got pregnant with my first child. It changed my life because I wanted to be a better mom. I wanted to do great things. God had really started to do some things in me. He started knocking. At 3:45 in the morning, I was being woken out of my sleep with scriptures. Read this scripture, and it had everything to do with my life, everything. When I entered Minnesota was when it really changed. And I eventually went to Bethel University there. Bethel University has helped me come to terms of what I want to do, because I don't think I would have been here if Professor Raymond didn't give me that question. He wanted us to write a paper on how can our past be used to help people in the community. And that's what really started me thinking, can I use my past? Because I have such a not so happy past. I don't have a past as I thought was worthy enough to bring up, and how that can help anybody. God led me into telling my story, and then led me into opening up my first organization, Freedom Youth LLC. And we will open up after school programs, meet up with the youth, and it also opens up to adults. We wanted a seat at the table to be able to express and to create real laws. And I felt like we would do that if we created a task force that would address some of the issues in the community. So we wanted to kind of bring elected officials, stakeholders, and nonprofits, and different people, and the people of the community together to really try to rid human trafficking out of our communities. Because Christ and because of the mission that God has and the purpose that God has given me, I'm able to do the work that I'm doing. But I know that this work is not for me. My story is just a small snippet. There are many stories that are like mine. And I feel like, wow, my past can be used for good because I'm able to relate to the young people that I am saving and the young people that I'm helping. I have so much to tell my younger self. Trusting God, trusting the plan, trusting the process. The process. Because this was a process for me. But most of all, I would tell her, stand strong in whoever you are. And don't be apologetic for it.